Why I think it's important is because it helps Belfast to become a more attractive city to live in, to work in, and to visit. In my speech, I particularly reference the importance of children and their exposure to the arts. And exposure to the arts reminds us that there is more to life than just material goods, and it's an important part of their growing up and becoming informed citizens. And yes, there are also very definite economic benefits as well. It's very wide-ranging, but there are also inherent cultural values and benefits, intrinsic benefits to being exposed to arts practice. Artists are able to comment and talk about issues, societal issues, contemporary issues, historical, from a very different perspective that make us reflect and think a bit more deeply about the lives that we live and how we relate to each other, the human condition. So clearly, I obviously, as director of the festival, I'm a great evangelist for the festival.
I think there's a thing as well about common good. That we think that some things are right for society to have, like clean air, like clean water, things people are entitled to in the environment in which they live. And there's something about the creative and the intellectual environment in which people live that people should have a right and access to the creative world and the creative life, partly because it is good for them, but it's also good for society as a whole, because you need to have conversations. And one of the things that art does is enable people to have conversations, and they have at all kinds of levels, whether it's the child, you watch a child who's engrossed in Harry Potter novels, and they're just living in their own world of their imagination. That's one way of experiencing it. And then you go to a concert, be it an orchestral concert, or be it a rock concert, and you see hundreds, thousands of people who are all united in a common joy at something. It seems to me that is something that is extremely valuable. And public funding is one of the elements, not the only, but one of the elements that enables us to do that and enables us to create a good society to live in.
Absolutely, and it provides the leverage, as you say, for all sorts of other supports to come in as well, whether it be the corporate sector or, very importantly, the public.
Yeah.
And we don't succeed, we don't survive, we don't continue without the support of the public. And I'm not just talking about at the box office paying their tickets. One of the things that we very clearly subscribe to and very passionately subscribe to in the festival is a more interactive, more meaningful engagement with the arts. And there's a lot talked about accessibility. We sort of wanted to find, what do we actually mean by accessibility? What does it mean? And I am a bit of a terror for interrogating people about this. So for me, it is about taking work out around the city, making this a civic event of international proportions. It is about providing free access to events. It is about pricing. It's also about relevancy. It's about making the work relevant to people's everyday lives. So you talk very, very well and very properly about a dialogue, about topics, about subject matters in society that we need to talk about, and how the arts enables us to do that. And artists that we're working with in the festival are able to bring a form of dialogue with them and share that with our people, with our audiences.
And the other thing that strikes me as being very important is a whole issue around equality. That you should be, and that's part of access, that
Absolutely.
your ability to access the arts should not depend upon your ability to pay for it as well. Because your ability to understand's the wrong word. If you take a child who is brought up in a family where there are books, where their parents go to theatre, go to concerts, all of that, there's a kind of confidence that gives people that is not necessarily the case in families. That's not the case, and very often those parents, they want to, but they're kind of quite frightened of it. When I worked for the Opera House, I always thought, passionately felt, that the single most important show we did in the entire year was the pantomime. Because for so many people, pantomime was their first experience of live theatre, and for so many people, it was their only experience of live theatre during the year. So it seemed to me, if you got families into the Opera House, they saw the pantomime, you showed them what it was about, you then to say to people, hey, come back.
Absolutely. I mean, the power of the arts is that it can transcend wealth, geography, identity, gender, all those labels. And it is the great evener, it's a great leveler. And it's a wonderful, exciting way of comprehending the world around us.